Hey guys, what is up? It's Dusty here, and welcome back to another crypto live stream. I know there's not that many people watching today, and most likely to a lot of y'all, it's a little bit surprising that I'm doing yet another stream just an hour after I closed the previous one, but this is basically the topic which I wanted to discuss already, and it's just some of the crypto news that's come out today. I don't care how many people watch, we're going to make it enjoyable as there is a ton of crypto news that I want to cover. And I'm trying something new and different basically with the title and with the thumbnail. So let me know in the comment section down below how you like that. And it's going to be XRP like usual, but also some other stuff. It's kind of like a usual video, but the title is just a little bit different. All right. McCaleb sells 0 XRP since Ripple's last tranche. Here's what's happening. Well, guys, to be completely honest with you, I find it very difficult to understand exactly what is happening. According to analytics data, McCaleb has not sold any XRP since last receiving his huge amount of XRP from Ripple. So, a couple of theories I've seen stop by. One of them being that McCaleb had a basically written agreement with Ripple, and even though he's gotten his share of XRP now, he is not allowed to sell it for whatever reason we cannot understand. There's a ton of different reasons as to why this could be. It could be, again, that maybe it has to do anything with volume, that he now, for example, has to compensate for his overselling in the past. It could be so many things in that niche, you guys understand me? So from that perspective, all I'm telling you guys about this McCaleb situation is it's odd he's not trying anything. Because usually, when there's a couple of days of McCaleb not selling any XRP, he basically sent it to the XRPL DEX, but it got rejected, or sent back to him for that matter. So then he tried again basically later. So he got some rejections in the past. But this time around, that ain't it. So to me, it's also really difficult to find out exactly what happened here. And I don't think we can really find it out. Now, some people have said he's pausing, because the most recent trends from Ripple to McCaleb arrived on September 1st, when, of course, some out of escrow was just unlocked. Back then, Jet received $174 million, $210 million at the time. And XRP scan shows that since that day, there's been no outgoing transaction from Pakistan whatsoever. And the previous XP lump was sent by Ripple on August 1st, and it amounted to 182 million XRP. From that day until August 16th, the amount of XP Jet sent to exchanges was about 86 million XRP. But yeah, the question is, why exactly did it stop? Nobody knows. All we know is that his XRP has rapidly declined over the last couple of months. And all I can say about it is it's pretty exciting to see him just being out of it, almost. Because even though there's still 700 million, it's really quite a big difference from the 9 billion which he had at the start and the 3.4 billion that he had at the start of this year. So we're making some very, very, very considerable pace. And by the way, guys, if you're watching this right now, I know we are just at 13 likes right now. Make sure you press that like button. Here, for all the people that are watching this in hindsight, this is what it's looking like right now. We have about 86 people, which is the lowest that I've ever had on a stream, at about 14 likes. However, once more, I'm just giving you guys the info out there, and I hope you guys appreciate it. Right now, there's more than 10 people, so I'm already happy enough to just be able to share some news with you guys. Once more, sometimes you're not going to have many people, but at least we get some news out. Now, Solana has knocked XRP down a notch. Sol taps another all-time high, rising more than 400% in 30 days. This is actually a really interesting article, mostly on the basis that Solana literally just broke XRP's position as 6th, and now a little bit later actually came right back down. I was following it all along, and right now Solana is still back above there, I guess. It's been going a little bit wishy-washy earlier today. Solana is now 6th, XRP moved to 7th, not nice to see. Then again, I don't know if it's really a big problem though, guys. Because ultimately, XRP will be getting back up there. I think it will actually reclaim this 3rd or 2nd position not too long from now if we get some more settlement talks in there. I'm more so worried that by the time which XRP gets its settlement and whatnot, that we're going to be in a kind of a new phase of the market. I'm kind of afraid of that because it's taken its sweet time. Then again, I'm not too worried about XRP's lawsuit on its own because I do firmly believe that Ripple will win. And by the way, Solana is already down about $30 or so. Earlier in my stream of yesterday, I believe, which is yeah, about 20 hours ago. Solana was at about $210 climbing to, I think, 219 or so. So it's significantly down actually from that point, which is rather interesting. All right, then Biden's SEC is ready to regulate crypto. Now that I'm thinking, guys, maybe I should have put a different title in to get more people to come on over. I might just do that here. Might be smarter. Ripple XRP, the Biden SEC is ready! Exclamation marks. Jed stopped selling XRP? Question mark. And then let's put in more crypto news! Exclamation mark. Maybe that's better to get some more people in the chat, because literally it's the situation that we're discussing anyway. So Biden's SEC is ready to regulate crypto. Coinbase has gotten the government's attention. This is from earlier today. Oh, it's an interesting article. No, not really, to be completely honest with you. So what we've been covering for a good while here is how the SEC is trying to kind of go for a little bit of a power grab, right? Of course, the SEC is now led by Gary Gensler under the Biden administration, and some people have pointed out that the Biden administration is basically trying as much as they can right now, once more, a full hands-on approach on this crypto realm. We write earlier this month, I think it's actually last month. Last month, we saw the infrastructure bill come in, where Biden, for example, accepted the proposal to have some very, very tight regulations on crypto to a certain degree. Specifically, the definition of broker was an issue at hand. But Biden was definitely on the pro side, basically, of giving crypto some of the regulations that it deserves. The only problem which we're facing with Biden, though, now, I guess, is that he's not really looking at the quote-unquote corruption within one of their bodies, which again is not proven and is still up for debate, but it's definitely something to kind of address the overreach that the SEC has been attempting, and potentially, again, put in a new task force that can work on these newer cryptos, which could be a combination of, for example, the CFTC and the SEC. Just a proposal, just an idea. But I guess there should just be more work in that regard, which is not happening right now, which is sad. Then again, the SEC is stepping up their game, and the Biden administration is stepping up their game too. So from that perspective, they're on it, yeah. And I mean, we've seen multiple different senators, commissioners, and everybody like that talk as well about the current situation, but that's not it though, guys. All this talking, it's fun, it's cool, but it ain't gonna solve none of the problems, right? Unless you're talking about problems in the very far future. Like, for example, the Senate comes back from the holiday, I think at the end of September, before things are the House, it's gonna come back, it's the same thing basically. It's gonna come back from the holiday at the end of the month. I guess from that point on forward, things are going to maybe start to move a little bit faster, but as it currently stands, guys, it's going to be a very, very slow pace, and most likely that will be the way it's going to go for crypto for a very long while until we get some radical shift. But what could that be? What could lead that to start? I don't really know. Mastercard acquires blockchain analytics startup CipherTrace. Just saw this, again, wanted to quickly share. Payments giant Mastercard announces on Thursday that it has acquired blockchain analytics firm CipherTrace. However, the amount of the agreement is not disclosed by Mastercard. I wasn't really too aware of this entire ordeal, but apparently, together, Mastercard and CipherTrace technology, AI and cyber capabilities will allow stakeholders to leverage solutions to protect their customers and comply with regulations as they build their own offerings. To be honest with you, once more, I wasn't really up to speed on the entire CipherTrace debacle, nor what Mastercard was planning, but as per the official announcement by Mastercard, this deal will help its customers protect themselves and comply with regulations as they start to build out their own currency offerings. Quote, "We help companies, whether they are banks or crypto exchanges, government regulators, or law enforcement, to keep the crypto economy safe," said Dave Jevons, CEO of CipherTrace. With this acquisition, it seems that big companies are betting hard on crypto or digital assets. Very fair. I see a question in the chat box by Aaron. He says, will XP fire up its rockets or will we close this bull run empty-handed? So one of the most difficult questions to answer is exactly that one. Will we end the bull run positively or negatively? And that's mostly because we do not know exactly when the bull run is about to end. Like I explained in the previous live session, you can really have a difficult time with questions like that, specifically now, in a time where we don't know if we're going to Bitcoin specifically, is going to set a new all-time high or if we'll come back down. And what can I tell you? I would be lying to you if I said I was sure. I personally do think, though, that XRP will fire up the rockets if the situation is right. And the situation is right if Bitcoin continues the gains for a little bit longer and XRP gets some sort of conclusion from this lawsuit. If we're talking no lawsuit conclusion whatsoever, I'm going to say that the highest probability for something, nice, basically, which we'd want, is either utility or exchanges relisting, crazy partnership. There's actually quite a lot of possibilities for a pretty crazy moonshot, for that matter. Yeah. There's a lot of opportunities, which is, I guess, the exciting part. Now we got the Swedish central bank that issued a doomsday warning saying that Bitcoin may collapse. This was very interesting. The Swedish central bank has likened Bitcoin and crypto to collecting and selling stamps. What a freaking way to view it. The bank's governor, Stefan Ingves, is quite confident that private... Let me change the chair once more. I keep doing this whenever I'm streaming, that I'm going to just kind of sit down on some cushions because otherwise my back and neck are going to start killing me. So sitting like this is a lot better, I think, for the posture. At least I hope so. I kind of made myself that... I don't know. I kind of taught myself that. Let me, by the way, ban a person here in the chat box, a fake DustDBC impersonator. Ooh, I hope I didn't ban the... Yeah, there we go. I banned the right guy. Thought for a second, ooh, I might have banned the wrong person. You know what? That's actually a fun story. One person accidentally got a poor ban because one of the moderators did it, and I didn't know the name anymore. So I went to look through it, and I couldn't remember exactly who they banned. Then I actually just unbanned everybody who had a name similar, which was a little fun origin story for one of those villains in the near future, maybe. All right, then... So, his bearish sentiments are linked to the fact that digital assets are unable to function and develop further without the support of financial regulators or the government. Ingves aired his views at a financial event in Stockholm. Although he admitted that it was possible to make profits by trading Bitcoin, or any other crypto for that matter, he claimed that this was also possible by trading stamps. I don't know exactly how you can compare these two things with each other. That's, in my opinion, pretty damn stupid, but all right. Several big players like Elon Musk and Cathie Wood have endorsed the crypto market. However, regulators and central bank governors have compared the crypto market to the typical bubble formation that could evaporate at any time. Ingves has previously stated that Bitcoin will lose most of its value, but because it will most likely crumble under increasing regulations as its popularity grows. Now, there's a little fun comparison to make here. A lot of people keep saying, oh yeah, regulations will kill XRP, will kill Bitcoin, will kill this, will kill that. Very fun thing to understand here, guys, is no regulation can ever kill crypto. It's almost impossible. What it can do, though, is stifle innovation for a little bit, halt the process for a little bit, and that is basically that. Unless the regulation is completely banning something, but even then, you can't ban crypto. That's the entire idea behind it. If it were to be bannable, then governments would have already done it a very, very long time ago. The general idea behind it is that it should not be able to be banned. So with crypto, the most important part of it is just, as I just said, it can't really be banned. But more importantly, guys, think about it from this perspective. Let's say a bank wanted to try and ban it. What would they do? Or a country, a central bank, who doesn't matter. What would they do? They can stop you from holding it? How? Fines? I guess so, but how are you going to find out who's holding it? Because, well, if I open up a wallet, nobody can know that, right? If you really are obvious with it, okay, but if you're not obvious with it, nobody's going to be able to know. Because theoretically speaking, you could go to your friend in China, let him open an address for you where there's no regulations, for example. And that's the fun part about it all. I guess China's the worst example to use, but there will always be some country who's not going to commit to this stuff. Always. And so the network can never be shut down because there will always be one guy in his closet on a computer just running the network. So Bitcoin can never go down. I guess the only exception is if they put a multi-trillion-dollar operation in and actually go fully shorting Bitcoin, put up a couple $1 trillion worth of mining equipment and just go nutty with some of those quantum computers or something that they have in there. I guess that's a possibility, potentially. But generally speaking, that's kind of a doomsday thing. And banning it, they would just be dumb to do it. And that's also what Congress, there's been a couple of proposals on there because a couple of people have prompted, like, can we ban crypto? Can we? And they always reply within Congress saying, no, this technology, it's not bannable. Let's not even try it. Let's see how we can work with it in the best of our ability and make sure it's done properly. And that's actually a really fun thing if you start to think about it. The fact they know as well, and they're not even attempting to get it down to the ground because ultimately this technology is unbannable. It really is. All right. Sheepodogo says, gonna be dipping real good next year. Hope they're ready. Is that a problem though? A dip next year? I don't really see that as a problem. Heath says, no doubt said he watched a movie earlier. I don't know how he could find the time. I didn't watch a movie today though, my friend. It was a couple of days ago. Sheepodogo says, so many people in El Salvador are going to get wrecked if they don't learn Bitcoin well enough. That's the problem with Bitcoin adoption on a legal tender basis. It's a lot of, in an underprivileged economy, I don't know, underbanked maybe potentially, in an area with very low income, or not necessarily income, but very low, computers and very low telephones and very low banks. If you go and adopt a Bitcoin standard where people are really not that, technologically advanced like Japan, maybe the Netherlands or Korea, for example, would be, it's a lot more difficult because the people are going to hate you for it. And in El Salvador, they don't give a crap about your Bitcoin. They don't give a crap about your internet technology. A lot of them don't even have a phone, but specifically, a lot of them don't have the internet connection that is needed. So in El Salvador, again, if you look at the numbers, a lot of people don't save money. A lot of people don't invest. Maybe percentage-wise, a lot of money is invested, but that's most likely the upper layer, like in any country, right? A lot of people don't have an internet connection there, and there were massive protests for Bitcoin as legal tender because they know the official El Salvadorian currency has already been wiped out. The dollar now is going to get wiped out. They're going to be left with freaking a currency they don't understand because they don't want to. They probably don't. Not going to say they don't have the capacity because I think a lot of people over there are extremely smart, don't get me wrong. But a lot of them don't care about the Bitcoin to learn it or check into it. And if you don't know how it works, you're going to think it's just one big scam manipulated by the government to make you lose more money. A lot of those guys, they get paid. Tristan says just got unsubbed by accident. Guys, if you are not subscribed to the channel just quite yet, make sure you press that button. Try to provide content let me say it differently. I provide content every single day. I would do I would do some crazy stuff to make sure I can upload every single day. And I make sure 100% of the time that there's never going to be a day where I do not upload a video, all right? Never going to happen unless something really, really crazy happens and I'm in the hospital or something like that. Even in the hospital, I'll make a little live stream for you guys right there on the in the freaking cords. You're going to see me with little infusions and whatnot. Might not be able to talk that. I guess maybe if my throat messes up, but I'll hire somebody to talk for me. Don't worry, guys. If there's no video happening, if there's no video on my channel, better call the freaking ambulamb, all right? I know I said that. Call an ambulance because something happened to me. There ain't no way there's going to be 24 hours without Dust DVC uploading a video. Ain't no way. It hasn't happened as long as I can remember. It never happens. I don't miss. Sokol says, if they already low income, then the businesses hold Bitcoin so close to the bear market. This will hurt many of them. Well, I think that this move just now hurt them as well. The fact that Bitcoin crashed on the same day, September 7th now, that they were adapting this new currency, and all those guys got $30 worth of Bitcoin, but eventually turned out to be, let's say 25. A lot of them are going to be hurt by that. Just thinking about the fact that they, whenever they get some of this money, it might just really push down on them really quick. So if they get, for example, paid in Bitcoin, it can be, let's say, about $500 that they get. Now, let's say $1,000 that they get paid. By the time they actually get the money, though, or want to do something with it, it might just be worth $800. That idea is going to stick with it for a very long time, and it's not going to flow over easily, guys. This El Salvador situation is going to have a lot of repercussions, which we'll see shortly. So here's what you're missing about the battle between Ethereum and the Ethereum killers. Actually, fun fact, over on my Instagram a little bit earlier today, I shared a little bit of a fun post. Make sure you guys check me out over on Instagram if you want to. I'll copy the link in the chat box for if you guys want to. There we go. So over on my Instagram, I posted something rather interesting. It is this. Ooh, might not want to show that. This one was this is very funny to me. So when you've been hodling for years and she opens your crypto portfolio. Oh my God, I think this is the biggest thing I've ever seen. It's a very relatable meme, Very relatable. But that's besides the point. So this is the one I wanted to show you guys. It's actually a very interesting post as well. Ethereum killers performances. 1 month performance. 1 month performances of 3 famous so-called Ethereum killers, while Ethereum 2.0 is still under development. So we have Solana, for example, 212% in terms of the gains. Cardano 115%, Polkadot 57%, and then Ethereum in the back end. And even though they're processing towards Ethereum 2.0, it's taking its sweet ass time. And that's actually one of the most key fact that people don't understand. Ethereum 2.0 will be huge. It's pretty nice. The problem is it takes a very, very long time to get there. And a lot of people are saying Ethereum 2.0 won't have what it takes to compete with things like Solana or Cardano or Polkadot, or from a certain perspective, Algorand as well, right? Or a couple of different cryptos which you can name. Does Ethereum make the wait worth it? And that's a question which I cannot answer. I find it really difficult. Because right now, Ethereum is also the most saturated crypto. It has the highest gas fee you can imagine, or the highest fee in general you can imagine. It's already extremely high in price. It's already extremely adopted. It can, theoretically speaking, only go down from here as a dominance leading in, as a dominant currency, basically. Unless Ethereum is going to recover some of the market cap, or mostly some of the developers. But I would say that right now, the majority of developers are over on Ethereum. And best case, they get a little bit more from other platforms because people are going to hoard back when Ethereum 2.0 comes in. Or when Ethereum's layer 2s, for example, really start to pop off. Like, for example, Coinbase earlier getting into the Matic Polygon. If those layer 2s really pop off and people really start to fully go for them, yeah, it can really be amazing. Because a roll-up definitely make things a lot better. We've seen, for example, with Matic, the fees are just reduced by, let's say, 70%, maybe 95% sometimes. Maybe not. And let's put an average. Let's say 95, maybe 99%. So from that perspective, I guess it can save it, but then you have to take things off chain though, and that's what people don't really like. So from that perspective, if we're talking about a layer 1, Ethereum is just not that good. And I don't know if Ethereum 2.0 will fix that, but we shall see, I guess. All right, so let's see what people don't know about it, huh? 30th of July 2015 was a momentous day for the crypto community, the day that marked the launch of Ethereum. One of the main reasons why Ethereum was created was to aid developers build and publish smart contracts on its network. Article sounds a little bit like a freaking shill for Ethereum because this is basically how the Ethereum founders are always making it look too. Because even though we see it from the perspective of Ethereum was made, from a certain perspective to make some money, like a lot of these projects out there, even Ripple/XRP, you might say, was made out of the idea to make money. You can say they're trying to solve a problem, yes, but ultimately it's a capitalistic society, right? They want to make money with that. So one of the main use cases for Ethereum, not main reasons why it was made, was to help developers build, be a developer platform, and publish smart contracts on its network. Yeah. Fast forward to the present day, the competition is in the very same space, has been increasing with every passing day, which again is my theory for why the cap basically will keep going down as time moves on. What does this guy just say in the chat box? What did it increase? What, Denda, what are you saying, my friend? That is a peculiar statement to make. I will hide that in the chat box. That is very odd. All right, with the launch announcement of Omni Lite, Litecoin became the latest network to hop onto the smart contracts bandwagon, which I've already expressed, I believe, somewhere. I don't know where anymore. That is pretty stupid to me. Anything that Lite does, Litecoin, is just, they're trying so bad to pull on a dead horse, it ain't working. OmniLite is a decentralized token minting platform that would introduce smart contracts and NFT functionality onto the Litecoin network, which of course is like every crypto right now that want to get into NFTs because it's hypey. As expected, this project has already been dubbed Ethereum Killer by some. I don't know who. Maybe somebody in the corner, somebody talking to himself in a little back office room somewhere, in the dark. Well, the space is already full with quite a few Ethereum killers, with Cardano said to be among the most popular. Notably, Sunday is a day when smart contracts go live on this network. The killer narrative, hence, will only intensify. That's true. Apart from the above, there are already quite a few well-established smart contract platforms, but do they stand anywhere close to the pack leader? And that's, again, the big question which you want to ask yourself. Which crypto out there can really beat Ethereum? Which crypto really has what it takes? Valuation is a great key to start this comparison. Fundamentals and the willingness to pay, in conjunction, have a major say in the valuation of any particular asset. The former takes nuances like the TVL. By the way, guys, little side story. If you haven't checked Bybit yet, right now is your best time. I'm going to be announcing some crazy things, and I think I can start announcing it this week. All right, but that's specifically for everybody who's used my link over on Bybit. There's so many thousands of XRP worth of giveaways that are going to be pulling through, but you guys need to be part of the team. And how you be part of the team? Well, it depends on what we're doing, but usually the easiest way is to just use the link down below. You also get a 10% trading discount for 10 days, I believe, because I entered into a competition. I believe because I entered that competition a little while ago, every single person who signs up through me gets a 10% trading fee discount. Because that's what it says in my little overview right there. Then again, more importantly, there's going to be some huge XRP giveaways. Just quickly letting you guys know, once more, not an advertisement. You don't need to do anything. I'm just telling you, there's going to be some crazy stuff out there for you, and you might want to be involved. And also, make sure you press the like button. Is Bybit a trading platform? Yes, it is. It's the not the only trading platform I use, but it's the most prominent one I use. Yeah, you can use spot and leverage, by the way. All right. So, just a little side note. Valuation is a great key to start it all off. The former, which is the valuation of a particular asset, takes nuances like the TVL, total value locked, transaction volume, and developer interest in mind. Well, when compared to Ethereum, most smart contract platforms have little activity. Yeah, true. However, that doesn't imply the lack of usage per se. It can be seen from the chart attached. The total value locked on almost all platforms has been increasing. From being non-existent to making their presence felt on the chart, other killer/competitive networks have come a long way. In fact, the aggregate locked up value has been hovering around its all-time highs lately. Thanks to the persistence of Binance, Avalanche, Solana, Polygon, Phantom, Luna, and other networks. Further, the growth of all these networks has been quite organic. They've been backed by commitment from their respective developer communities, just like Ethereum. And now, as far as willingness to pay is concerned, it should be borne in mind that the markets are forward-looking in its very essence. It means that people from the community care about how the landscape might look tomorrow rather than how it is today. And that's actually a fun thing about these networks too. People care really much about the future. Can I do a small recap? No, I don't think so. I think this is a live stream or a video that you're going to have to watch in its entirety because it's just, there's no one subject. It's just boom after boom after boom after boom. It's like a video. So there's no recap in this one. You can just start from the get-go or finish the video tomorrow. There's no hurry in this. You can watch it tomorrow, no worries. But there's no easy recap. Now, as far as willingness to pay is concerned, as we said before, it should be borne in mind that the markets are forward-looking. All the aforementioned projects have presented themselves as appealing alternatives to Ethereum. What's more, people have been shelling out money and diverting their funds to these networks. So is there room for more growth? Well, that question I don't want to really go too deep into. Freaking, of course there is. So point being, what people don't know is that Ethereum killers are only getting bigger, so to speak. People often think, oh no, Ethereum is really, no, Ethereum really is only getting, Ethereum is getting bigger, but the other Ethereum killers are basically getting bigger more exponentially. Look at the rise that Solana and ADA have had over this little while here. In comparison to Ethereum, it's immaculate. Same thing for Polkadot right now as we speak. Ethereum should be afraid. Here is why Solana, Cosmos, and Algorand are seeing wide trading action today. Well, I don't really know too much about Cosmos and why it actually went up today. There really isn't any good explanation for it either anyway. However, for Algo and Solana, it's pretty obvious. Algorand has to do with El Salvador. Solana is right now a really hyped up story. And again, the Ethereum competitor that's in everybody's dreams right now. For Cosmos, I have no clue. Not the faintest of clues. And they're not really doing a good job explaining it either. So if you're wondering why that is, don't ask me because I have no clue at all. Here it says, as for Cosmos, on September 8th, Internet of Blockchain and decentralized applications platform Elixir joined hands with the decentralized exchange Pangolin. The move would enable the latter to access assets from the Cosmos blockchain and traders. Before then, the network had expanded to creating DeFi ecosystems and forming cross-chain bridges with other blockchains. I have no idea what Pangolin is. I have never heard of Elixir before in my life. So from that perspective, I'm not really sure why this was such a big deal. And then again, maybe for the decentralized community that is interested in Cosmos, this is nice, which could definitely be so. Somebody says follow Dust link for the Ledger wallet. You can do that. A link is down below for Ledger Nano SX, whatever. Just the official. It's an affiliate link. I get a couple of dollars if you use it. So you might want to support. You might not want to. Whatever you want to do, my friend. Just make sure that if you're gonna buy a Ledger, that you buy it either off of Ledger.com. No freaking what do you call it? eBay? No freaking Amazon. Nothing crazy like that. Just use a good site if you're gonna buy something like that. Then Spanish soccer league La Liga to offer NFTs of all players. That is actually a really peculiar idea though, because it's actually really smart. I'm not gonna lie to you. NFTs from every single football player out there is very, very smart on the basis that people will want to collect these. It's the same thing as Pokemon, for example, going over into NFTs for real. It would be such a huge decision because they're just going to make a whole ton of money. It's just factual. The only problem I would say is that with NFTs in the sense that it is right now, people are going to spend way too much money and it's going to be going really out of proportion. But then again, as a Pokemon company, the Pokemon company, for example, would want that, right? And Nintendo and whoever is freaking involved with that. Tencent, I don't know. They all would want that though, right? So yeah, with football as well, amazing idea. Santander is involved with that. La Liga, very, very smart, very major idea, very good. I'm not exactly sure what they're going to go for just quite yet as to what network. I guess just Ethereum. I'm guessing it's just going to be Ethereum. I haven't read anything about it not being Ethereum, so I'm just going to assume. But that's a really big ordeal. And I guess you guys can all agree with me on this point here. That's really, really big. And then OpenSea bug, so our favorite NFT platform, appears to have destroyed nearly $100,000 in NFTs. As a result of today's system bug, a total of 42 NFTs were burned in the course of 30 transactions. And I'm not exactly sure let's first read it and then I'll tell you guys. Reports have emerged that a bug on OpenSea's marketplace has deleted user-owned NFTs worth about 30 ETH, nearly $100,000 at the time of offering. Now, once more, I'm not sure if it's $100,000 that has actually been sold already once or just the idea, basically. Because if you put up something and you want it to sell for $100,000, doesn't mean it's actually worth $100,000. So it was basically developed or put online by Nick Johnson, lead developer of Ethereum Name Service, who reportedly lost an NFT that was linked to the first ENS named Relixler.eth. ENS is a naming system that allows users to store text-based content as an NFT on the Ethereum blockchain. And while transferring the NFTs from an ENS account to a personal account, Johnson noticed that the token was sent to what appeared to be a burn account. I went to OpenSea, hit transfer, and it entered nick.eth. Moments later, transaction complete. Relixler.eth transferred to a burn account in this specific sense. Wait, what? According to Johnson, his first interaction with OpenSea confirmed that the NFT burning bug was introduced on the platform's transfer page, affecting all ERC-721 transfers to the ENS names for the past 24 hours, which, for example, are those domains. Those are ERC-721. OpenSea said, we've reached out to a small number of users who were affected by the issue yesterday, where sending an NFT to ENS name sent it to encoded versions of the literal text instead of the associated address. This was a bug we introduced and fixed that day. Point being, a couple of people got suckered into this one. Very, very unfortunate. Not really too much we can do about that, but that's the way it sometimes goes. So to wrap here, actually, we actually heard before that OpenSea was going into a huge raising party, just trying to expand really a lot. And by the way, guys, if you're wondering why I keep kind of not talking in the same sense and keep moving a little bit, I'm not sitting comfortably today. I don't know what it is. Maybe it's because we've been doing a lot of recording today. Not sitting nice. Point being, though, OpenSea is really expanding quite significantly. And apparently, look at the bottom here. OpenSea became a crypto unicorn. At the time, OpenSea's team of 37 members reportedly handled 98% of all NFT volume. And trying to ramp up the hiring process, the company offered 1 ETH for successful referrals, trying to supplement our hiring process with some guerrilla recruiting due to the pressing need for manpower. It's pretty funny how right now, if you know a good developer or anything like that, they might pay you a very good amount to just refer them to a good person, which also shows you the potential if you're working in a space like this. But yeah, that's basically all I wanted to say for today. Guys, that was it for my story here. That was it for my live stream right now. I covered everything that I needed to cover, and I'm going to go hit the sack there, I think. Pretty tired today. was a very, very tiresome day. Hopefully you guys still enjoyed it. If you enjoyed it, guys, make sure you press the like button. It helps out a ton. It helps the video just perform a little bit better, and it just gives me a big smile on my face. If you're wondering what the statistics look like, here you can see we had about 310 people watching right now, about 120 likes pressed in total. About 4,000 people who pressed it on the stream. That does not equal views, by the way, this number. It's just the amount of people who pressed. But a lot of them press away so quickly that it doesn't count as a view, apparently. But guys, let's get to 150 likes. Make sure you press the like button tomorrow. Will we stream tomorrow? I'm not sure. Tomorrow's a very, very busy day. I'm not sure if I'll be able to stream. But of course, I'm going to try to make sure that I can get all the news to you guys as soon as possible. I will, however, make sure that I put some videos online like I do every single day. So once more, guys, make sure you are subscribed because there might be some crazy streams or crazy info tomorrow. Who knows, right? And you want to be the first when it happens. So be there or be square is what I always say. And see you guys again in another crypto video later today.